Hi there! In this video, I'm going to do an acrylic painting of what I'm calling a winter forest with heavy inspiration coming from this photo I found on Google. If you like paint with me style videos or just painting videos in general, consider subscribing to my channel. Liking this video also helps me out by getting YouTube to recommend my videos to more people, and I really appreciate all who watch my videos. I also respond to all of the comments. So currently I'm at 330 subscribers, which is amazing. I really appreciate everyone who took the time to sub to my channel, and especially those who sub because they genuinely like my videos and continue watching my new content. You guys are the best. So I just started off by mixing all the colors of acrylic paint I plan on using with a paint extender, and this helps keep them wet and blendable for longer. I have a small circle drawn in yellow pencil near the center of my canvas board where the sun will be. Even in the original photo, to me, the sun and the rays surrounding it looked yellow, but when I brought the photo into Procreate and used the color selector, you can see that the center of the sun is actually white. So I outlined that area just to make sure it remained a pure white. I think I made a couple mistakes here in the beginning because I'm used to working from light to dark with watercolors, whereas with acrylics, it usually makes more sense to work from dark to light, building up your shadows and adding highlights on top. Of course, the great thing about acrylics is that they are so opaque that lighter colors can still be added on top and be pretty vibrant. I did have to backtrack a few times to redo areas I should have finished before moving on, but that seems to be becoming part of my normal process. Like here, for example, why did I start adding in the shade of the trees before I painted the trees? The world may never know. This project was spread out over a few days, and in that time I never had to pour new paint because this extender I mixed it with kept it from drying out at all. The paint palette I'm using I bought from the Dollar General for maybe $3. I'm not sure if it's airtight. It does close and latch completely, but I was still expecting the paint to dry out, and it didn't. I would also spritz some water on them before closing it up when I was finished for the day. Trying to get the same perspective as in the photo, I made the squiggly lines that will become trees on the edges look longer than the ones in the middle, making them appear closer. I still want to keep that center area around the sun nice and bright. I was trying to go for a darker foresty look, so having the bright area of the sun shining through would create a cool contrast. I started adding highlights to the sides of the trees that the light might touch, and I found that a dry brush effect kind of made it look more realistic, like the trees have texture. Afterwards, I added more black on the opposite sides of the trees to emphasize the shaded area. Typing this all out, it feels kind of silly, like I'm trying to teach something when I actually don't know what I'm talking about. If you use or are aware of a better method, by all means go with that. This is just how I do it. With the shadows that were cast off the trees, I started by putting in a line of where they would go and then went back in to widen and soften them up in areas I felt needed it. I did add back in some of the sunlight color to even out the shadows and make it appear as though the light was shining through the trees. I feel like in the end I did go a bit overboard with the shadows and wish I hadn't, but there's always next time. When I started adding in the foliage on the trees, I forgot I had a fan brush, so I made prompt use of that, and I like the effect it gave. I dipped the brush in multiple shades of purple at once, so the leaves look more varied. Another technique I think would work would be to do one color at a time and randomly blot leaves, and switch colors every so often to keep it more organic looking. I did attempt to keep the leaves towards the center a lighter purple because that's where the majority of the light is shining through. And for the last detail, I add in some sun rays bursting through the center. And here's the final painting. I hope you enjoyed watching. Please click the like button if you did, and if you want to see more painting videos from me, please click the red subscribe button and the little bell icon. Set your notifications to all so YouTube will let you know every Monday morning when I post my new videos. Thanks so much for watching. Bye guys!